Hey, so I'm not really used to writing things like this. I was told by my handler that I should start writing my feelings down in a journal. I think it's a load of baloney, but whatever. Here's a little background about myself. I am a criminal, been on the FBI wanted list for forgeries and stealing. They caught me when I was about 28. I was caught by Agent Ava Barragan. I cut a deal with the FBI so I could be released into their custody on an electronic tracking anklet. In return, I would have to serve in the FBI as a criminal consultant. It's been about a year and a half, and I'm really enjoying myself. But enough about me. This is an entry about the murder case of one of my dearest friends, John, who was killed in a plane explosion. He was a man, take him for all in all. A man by the name of Tommy Larson was behind the murder. But there's so much more to this story. Unfortunately, I don't feel like writing it all down since my hand would end up cramping. But here's how the case was solved.
It was Tuesday morning and I had just gotten to the office. Ava, my handler, walks in and hands me a file. She says they have a suspect. His name is Tommy Larson. Imagine us in an FBI agent's conference room. The file has all the information on Larson. I asked who he was.
He's the right-hand man behind whoever's manipulating you. The case, everything.
Where is he now?
He's gone to ground. If he's smart, he'll leave town, and we need to make sure that that does not happen. How did you stay ahead of me when I was after you?
Aliases. I had several.
I kept burning them.
And I kept making new ones. Alright, this passport, I recognize the work. It's a forger out of Belgium.
Larson doesn't forge his own IDs?
It's not easy. You need specialized equipment, ink, paper.
If we can burn all his aliases, he'll have new papers made by someone here in the city.
Exactly.
I'll work up a list of all of Larson's aliases and start shutting them down. Put him on every watch list until he has no way out of New York.
I'll talk to the forger community to make sure he can't buy another one.
Wait, what if we let him buy one? One that we pick.
So I went around town giving out a time and location to fellow ID forgers to have them meet me. I needed them to make a passport and ID for Larson, but under a name that the FBI chose and could track easily. A few days had passed and everyone met at a parking garage on the second floor. Alright, I think that's everyone. Thank you all for coming.
What's this about, Miller?
A man in this photo is going to come to you looking for a new identity. When he does, make him the best ID that you can.
What's the angle?
I'm going to tell you what name to give him. Tony Falls.
Come on, Miller, it's bad for business.
It's not for me, it's for John.
You want a New York ID or out of state?
Now this is the part where the case just takes a turn. We were in Ava's office when she realized her mug was missing. Her husband had given it to her and she used it every day, but that's besides the point. One of Agent Barragan's crew came in with the file and said that Tony Falls had just booked a one-way ticket to Samoa a week from Tuesday. They tracked him to an apartment in Queens. A search warrant was requested and the judge was putting it through. Ava didn't let me go to the barge-in, but she did tell me they ransacked Larson's place and found a gun in the plant. I went out for a few hours and came back to the office to find Larson in the interrogation room. They were trying to get him to confess that he was a criminal, but everything went wrong.
What is the Department of Justice doing here?
The outside of the gun was wiped down. Forensics found a single print inside the weapon. It was yours, Agent Barragan.
That's impossible.
The print was found inside the slide. The only way it could have gotten there if it was you who assembled the gun.
This is crazy.
Agent Barragan, you're hereby on leave until this investigation is completed. Ava, your gun and your badge.
What about Larson?
Uncuff him.
You can't do that. A guilty man walks free.
At this point, we couldn't do anything. We went back to Ava's house and tried to figure out what just happened.
How the heck did Larson plant my print?
He could have used a photo-etched metal master of the print to cast a latex positive.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Where the heck did Larson get my print?
Didn't get it out of your personnel file. The print on the gun has detail outside the print on the file.
Did he get it from a doorknob?
Too many people touch it. He need a clean print, preferably from a hard surface.
Wait, my mug. It disappeared.
Two other FBI agents met us at Ava's house and showed us the surveillance footage from a few days ago from inside Ava's office. Larson took Ava's mug but was also on her desktop before he left. He erased all history of being on the computer, but luckily Ava keeps a secret keylogger. Larson erased something from his file, a name, Christy Fernan. She owns a shipping company that handles a lot of import and export out of New York Harbor. Christy Fernan likes to hang out at a yacht club, so Ava and I went to go see who this Fernan girl was. The only issue was that we needed someone who was a member. Luckily, our insurance investigator, Jandy Wilson, helped us out.
Ava went to go talk to Christy Fernan, while Jandy and I came up with a way to check out Fernan's yacht. We found the captain of the ship, but they said they were booked, so we acted as if we were the club owner's daughters.
I'm afraid we are unavailable for charter until early November.
What should we do now?
Maybe I can convince someone to give us the reservation. Who's taking her out next? I'm sure I know 1 or 2 names in your logbook. Jandy distracted the captain with some remodeling questions about the yacht, while I took pictures of the logbook. Jandy left and Ava came outside to get insight on the info I got. You want the good news?
Sure.
Every time Larson came to New York, Hunter Gray rented his yacht.
That's one of Larson's aliases.
Larson comes to town and smuggles something, then leaves. Something important enough to break into the FBI to hide. What's the next step?
Well, normally I'd get a search warrant on the docks, do a wiretap and surveillance on Larson and Fernan, and catch them red-handed. Smuggling whatever it is, they smuggle.
What if we get someone else to arrest him? What? Do all the things you mentioned, we'll just do it my way.
A con?
Nothing illegal. What do you think of me?
If it means bringing Larson down, I'm in. Nothing illegal?
Nope.
How do we do it?
Well, first, you'll need to form a crew.
Berrigan's crew.
Welcome to the other side.
So that's where our FBI con came to action. We had 5 people on the team: me, Ava, Jandy, Sam, and Gina. We all met at Berrigan's house and started to come up with a plan. Jandy had special equipment that could convert my voice to Larson's voice.
For Larson's interrogation, there are 99 words that we can use. If you stick to these, the computer converts them to Larson's voice.
Not over the
Not
phone.
over the phone.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
We just needed one more person, and that was Judy. Finally, the crew was complete.
Tommy Larson is using Christy Fernan as a smuggler. We're going to spook Fernan into contacting Larson, and Larson's going to tell Fernan to make the delivery to us.
How is that?
I'm glad you asked. Every day, Fernan takes a regular route from her apartment to the yacht club. Gina, you're gonna flash your badge and scare him into making a call to Tommy. Sam, you'll install a transmitter which will reroute any call that she makes to us.
But nobody uses payphones in New York anymore.
Agreed. Judy, have your cell phone scrambler?
True block radius, this is cumbersome. Plus, it needs to be hidden in somewhere that is mobilized within a power source. Oh, that's when I come in.
We knock out her cell, force her to call on our payphone, but she'll know it's not Larson on the other end. That's where Jandy comes in. We're using her voice modulation software.
Once we catch Fernan smuggling red-handed, we flip her on Larson.
The government-sanctioned con began.
Jandy, you ready to go?
Yeah, Sophia, remember? Only the words on the board.
I got eyes on Fernan.
Gina approaches Fernan and flashes her badge.
Christy Fernan? Gina DeStefano, FBI. I'm interested in your yacht.
I do not think you can afford it.
Then how about I confiscate it?
Gina walks away and Fernan tried to call Larson, but Judy's cell phone scrambler doesn't allow her to. She looks up and finds the payphone.
Alright, Sophia, you're up.
What?
What? Tommy, we must talk.
Why?
Why?
FBI paid me a visit. They're looking into your shipment.
Not over the phone.
Not over the phone.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
I'm going to get rid of it.
No,
No.
I'll pay you Bubble.
Bubble.
Double?
Yes.
Yes.
4268 Main Street. Now.
Ava, Gina, Sam, and I quickly went to the rendezvous place and got Fernan with the smuggled goods. Inside were stolen Chinaware and machine guns. Each had the Nazi symbol indicating it was German artifacts from the 40s. We decided to cut a deal with Fernan and flip her on Larson. Christy called Tommy and told him that the FBI was closing in on her and to make sure that she said the name Ava Berrigan. I was hiding in the room, but Ava had to leave. She wasn't allowed to be at a crime scene due to her confiscated badge. Jandy went to the FBI office and asked to see Department of Justice. She told them that Agent Ava Berrigan was harassing her client and wanted to file a complaint. She told them where Ava was, and DOJ immediately left to catch Berrigan. Meanwhile, Larson showed up at the address, and I was watching everything.
What are you doing?
Latex fingerprints for Agent Ava Berrigan.
They find Berrigan's prints all over the guns.
That's right, she planted evidence against me.
This is where the fun began.
FBI, hands in the air. I said hands in the air. What's on his hands?
Gina, check his hands.
Latex fingerprints. I bet they match Berrigan's. Let's get the fingerprints into evidence.
Larson was caught, and we finally got a confession out of him. He admitted to exploding the plane up, but he told us that he wasn't the mastermind behind it. Now that is another story for another time.